blackboard.
Doctora, is the handout the syllabus, the course syllabus?
There is the course syllabus, and there is in the course content. There is the what is it called? Course content. Yeah, there is the handout itself.
Learning
Thank you.
theories.
Learning theories. Yes.
Okay.
Now I will share with you the pin that you need to مشكلة أنا ويبكس يعني ما بتعامل معه بشكل
دكتورة تسمعيني؟
تقريبا. أيوة أسمعك.
اوكي، عندي استفسار.
تفضل.
الحين احنا كطلاب في اول سنه طب، اتكلم عن اول سنه، هل هو شيء طبيعي ان احنا اي مدرس يشرح نكون مو فاهمين له، مو مستوعبين ايش بيقول؟
لا أكيد لا، مو طبيعي.
مو طبيعي صح؟
لا.
اوكي.
ليش؟
لان ابدا انا ما فهمت شنو قاعد الدكاتره لما يشرحون، انا طالع مع الطوفه، انا وطوفه واحد.
يعني أكيد في مواقف.
أحس إنه
أكيد
طبيعي
في
من ثاني أسبوع نفهم.
هو أول يومين يعني تو الناس
يعني أنتم صح، بس يعني أنتم من حقكم إنه أنتم تسألوا أسئلة. لو أنتم ما فهمتوا من حقكم إنكم تسألوا.
إلى الآن أنا مو فاهمة هالمادة.
أي مادة؟
هاي شو اسمه؟
health profession.
أيوة الهيلث بروفيشن.
طيب تو الناس إيش حتفهمي؟ لسه ما بدينا.
إيه ما يدري، خفت إنه بديته.
لسه ما بدينا فيها يعني.
لا
الحين
انا
إن شاء
بالنسبه
الله
لي
بنبدأ.
البايو ستاتستكس هي اللي مأثره علي، مو فاهم فيها شيء اليوم.
والله شوف، هو statistics عادة الطلاب بيشتكوا منها. بس إن شاء الله بإذن الله يعني شوي شوي بتفهم. يعني هي المادة صعبة، بتعتمد على الباك جراوند اللي انتوا كنتوا عليه اصلا في الثانويه. فاذا انتوا مثلا ما كانت المناهج عندكم كثير معتمده على الاستاتستكس، في مدارس ما كثير بيركزوا على الاستاتستكس، فاكيد حتتعبوا. بس انتوا يعني شويه صبر، يعني باذن الله انه مع الوقت حتتعودوا على الماده. يعني كثير كثير هالماده خلال السنوات الماضيه بذلوا فيها جهود على اساس وتغييرات على اساس انه الطلاب يصيروا يرتاحوا معاها اكثر. فان شاء الله باذن الله الجهود رح تثمر على دفعتكم.
دكتورة ممكن تبعث الرابط للأتندنس؟
شوفوا عندي مو شغال البلاك بورد، مو شغال كويس. عموما هو البن 1913.
دكتورة أصلا يعني اليوم بالبايوستات لسه انترو، حتى ما عرفنا لسه المادة، فما بعتقد لسه ببين معنا إذا صعب ولا لا.
يمكن انتم سامعين من الناس اللي قبلكم انه it is a hard subject، فهذا الشيء اكيد بيأثر. ترى موضوع انه ايش تسمعوا من الدفعة الماضية كثير بيأثر. والله اعلم ايش سامعين عني كمان انتم عن المادة هي. اكيد قايل لكم مادة صعبة. بس انا برأيي انه انتم برأيي انه ما تتأثروا كثير. يعني سبحان الله، كل واحد فيه له ميول مختلفة. المادة ممكن تكون بالنسبة لطالب معين حلوة، ممكن تكون بالنسبة لطالب معين مو حلوة. وبعدين مثل ما قلت لكم ممكن تنسوا يا طلاب، ممكن تنسوا من هون لنهاية المحاضرة. انسوا لي البلاك بورد وانسوا التشيك ان. معلش انا الاتندنس يعني اليوم خليه مفتوح لنهاية المحاضرة، لانه بعرف انه لسه الامور
the attendance one is not working.
هذا اللي انا عم بقوله انسوا شوي الاتندنس وركزوا معي، وانا حخليه مفتوح. التشيك ان حخليه مفتوح لاخر المحاضره. Okay, students, sorry for students to use my Arabic. I did not say anything important till now. It was just a chatting. So
It's okay.
regarding the attendance, the blackboard is not working well. So the pin for people who can put their attendance, their check-in, the pin is 1913. Someone wrote it in the chat earlier, 1913. If you can check in, it's fine. If you cannot check in, don't worry. I will keep it open till the end of the lecture, of course, only for today. And we will check it later on towards the end of the lecture. طيب? So don't think about it. Don't keep asking me about the check-in. It's okay.
Doctor?
How does it work? I think this is something that you took in the orientation, that you need to enter to the blackboard, and then there is attendance, and then you put the check-in. I don't know how to do it exactly because I am not a student, so I don't get the same page that you get in blackboard.
Doctor, there is no place to put the code in the attendance. It looks like it's closed.
Yeah, like it's not configuring yet. Like the attendance page opens, but it comes up blank.
Yes, there is no place to put the code.
طيب خلاص, let's now forget about it completely, and at the end of the lecture we will figure it out. Okay, and this will
Thank you,
force you
doctor.
to stay. طيب, so how many students do I have are coming from the high school? So this is their first year in the university.
Me.
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 I am from high school.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay, so we have many students coming from high school.
Me too.
Actually, this is unfortunate that you are starting virtually. I'm sure that it's not a pleasant experience for you. You are finally in the university, and you are not in the corridors and in the classroom of the university. But the good news that this is temporary. I totally understand how you feel about it. We are not happy also about it. بس الحمد لله, good news إنه أول شيء إنه نحن بصحة وعافية الحمد لله. The other thing is that it's a temporary thing. But I totally understand that it is not pleasant. I have a daughter also who is admitted to the university this year, and she is starting virtually next week. And I know that she is not very happy about it. So
دكتورة عندي سؤال.
تفضل طلال.
احنا بنبدأ 1/9 إن شاء الله صح؟
والله till now it is not 100%.
تقريبا يعني أسبوعين ولا قابل للزيادة؟
It depends. It depends if we are going to enter the 4th phase or not of the quarantine. It depends. Sometimes maybe it depends on courses. Like maybe there is a possibility that it will be online for courses that don't have labs, and it will continue like that for a few weeks for courses that don't have labs. So it is not clear till now. We don't know anything what will happen in September. Nothing is known till now.
أوكي شكرا دكتورة.
But I hope that I will teach you at least few lectures in real time.
أوكي شكرا.
عفوا. Okay. طيب. Now for students who cannot hear me, I'm sorry I cannot do anything other than what is suggested by Manira. Now I will start the lecture by introducing you to myself. Not because I like to talk about myself. Maybe I like, but this is not the reason. But but because you are going to spend the next 4 weeks with me, I will be teaching you for 4 weeks till September 6th. And it is good for you to know with whom you are spending 1 hour and a half twice a week every week, right? Rather than it's only a person with a name that you don't know anything about it. So if I am in your place, I will be interested to know about my teacher. So I assumed that it is the same for you, and I'm giving you a little bit of introduction about me. Anyone is having problem because of my mic? Because I never had this complaint. I'm sitting in the most
لا
لا
in the
لا
No.
بس شوفي انه ما يجي اشي على المايك.
طيب I'm removing my hands now. طيب so now Dr. Banan, this is Banan when I was young. I was maybe 3 or 4 years at that time. This is just to make you feel that I was a kid like you were, and like you have relatives. And we were all kids, and we are going through the learning process. So just this is a demonstration that how learning change people. I was raised in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I studied Bachelor of Pharmacy in King Saud University in Riyadh, and I graduated from there. And after that, I took like several years of family break. And after that, I came to Qatar and I joined Hamad Medical Corporation Women Hospital as a pharmacist. And after that, as a pharmacy supervisor. I worked there for several years. And during my employment, and especially that I was a pharmacy supervisor taking an administrative role, I felt that many managers and leaders in the hospital, or some of them, they were not really prepared to be as educators, as administrators or as managers. They were like getting into the managerial position by experience. And I felt that I had a lot of questions and I need to know how to be a good manager. So I decided to go into Master of Business Administration in Qatar University. I felt that this is the most suitable management degree that I can take. So I made a complete shift from being a pharmacist to being an administrator. And I completed my master's during, it was like an evening study. This is my graduation from the MBA program. My son was 6 years at that time, as you can see. And this is the president of Qatar University, Dr. Sheikh Al Misnad, for people who know you, and the dean of the college. So it was a very nice day for me. And during my MBA, I had my youngest daughter delivered, and it was a very different experience with a learning journey. After that, I joined the College of Pharmacy at Qatar University. I joined it as an assistant dean for faculty and student affairs, and I like Dr. Halima now, but plus the faculty affairs. The College of Pharmacy was new at that time. So I was like in the foundational stage, and it was very and really heavy responsibility and overwhelming job. I have enjoyed it. I had some teaching responsibility, but mainly my responsibility was administration. Then I started to think, although when I did my MBA, I decided that I will never continue studying after that. Khalas, I reached what I want to reach, and that's it. I want to focus in my family. But when I joined the academia at Qatar University, again, I started to feel that I am surrounded with people who are academician and they have PhD, and I would like to be like them, so that I will be mostly in academia. Academia means that being a teacher and being like I am now, I'm teaching you, and being a researcher. This is the main responsibility of academia. While when I was first, before I before I go to the following step, I was an administrator with little of teaching responsibility. I was mainly a manager or in administration position. Okay, so with that, I decided to go into a PhD, and I joined University of Bath in UK, and I joined it first as a part-time because I really liked my job as an assistant dean, and I did not want to give it up. But after a period, I felt that I cannot handle both overwhelming things, which is studying a PhD and being an administrator in a very young college that is starting up. So I took a scholarship leave from the university, and I focused in the PhD. And this is my graduation day from the PhD from University of Bath. This is my family. As you can see, my son, who was 6 years when I finished the MBA, he was here finishing in the same summer. He was finishing the high school. So we both graduated I graduated from PhD at the same year that he graduated from high school. And these are my two daughters. So with all of that, I just want to tell you that I am a lifelong learner, just like you, and just like what you are going to be. Since you have chosen to be a healthcare provider, I'm sure that you will continue to be in the learning process throughout the years. It will not stop with your graduation from the university, I promise you. It will not stop with you taking a postgraduate degree, if you are willing to take, or with you taking a residency or a fellowship. It will not stop there. It will continue, because as you can see, that things related to health are always evolving. Any one of us could have thought of that we are going to get a coronavirus, a disease that we never heard about, and no one know about it until now. No one know what is it exactly about it. So we never know, and that's why life is really life is a long learning process. So this is the idea that I wanted to explain to you by talking about my background. I wanted to tell you that just before 4 years, I was a student like you. I joined Qatar University in July 2017. So I finished 3 years as a full academician. So I totally understand what is student life. And I will be with you till you achieve your goals, inshallah. So during this course, this is not my role. I'm not going to carry you in my shoulder. I will not be responsible for you, and this will be my role. So how do you describe my role during this course?
helping us.
Yes, I will be just coaching you and
It's
helping
to
you
encourage us.
Yes, it will be coaching and encouraging and just pushing you a little bit to reach to a stage or to a step where you want to reach. So it's not like school, and even I think in secondary you were not like being spoon-fed. I'm sure that you did not reach into this seat in the College of Medicine or College of Pharmacy till you have been really responsible and internally motivated to be what you are now. So this will continue. This is the role of any faculty member. We will be coaching and helping you to reach. By the end of this small session, I'm expecting you to understand what is the course about, including the lecture schedule, which is available in the course description that is posted in the Blackboard, references, content requirements, and assessment method. All course-related references are found in the learning resources in the Blackboard, so you can understand more about them by looking in the learning resources. This is a 3-hour credit course, as you all know. The course coordinators for this course are coming from different colleges. Me from the College of Pharmacy, Dr. Susanna Hart from College of Medicine, Dr. Wissam from College of Health Sciences, and we have from the library Mr. Abdul Hakim, because he teaches you few lectures. So we are all responsible for this course. What are we going to do in this course? We are going to learn. What is learning? Learning is the acquisition of knowledge, skills, and attitude to achieve changes in behavior, performance, and potential. And we will talk about the learning in details when we start our lecture for today. Knowledge is facts, information, and skills acquired by a person. Knowledge which cannot be used is useless. So try always in anything that you learn or in any lecture that you attend, that you try to use part of this knowledge. Even if you feel that the lecture is very complicated or you can't understand all of it, I'm sure that you are going to find part of it useful and understandable. And don't disappoint yourself. Like you were telling me, you don't understand anything from biostatistics. Don't allow these negative feelings to influence your learning. Think that you are going to learn something during the 1 hour and a half. And if you don't learn, then maybe there is something wrong, because in your high school you were not really very much prepared in this topic, so you need to do some extra effort to catch on. And this is totally okay. This course is going to prepare you to understand what is educational portfolio, concept map, constructive feedback, and how to do presentations and to do literature review. As I said, I'm going to teach you in the first 4 weeks only of this course. I will end with you in September 9th. And this is the assessment policy. I know that this is very important for all students. So you will have 3 assignments. For each faculty member, they will give you an assignment. So you will have 1 assignment with me, 1 with Dr. Susanna, and 1 with Dr. Wissam. The total is 15%. There is something called triple jump test, which means that you are going to make a report and a presentation. And they are 15%. There is something called portfolio writing, and portfolio is that you are going to write a reflection about a certain topic, and you will learn how to do a portfolio during this semester. You will have 1 or 2 lectures to learn about portfolio. For written examination, you will have 1 midterm exam, 20%, and 1 final exam, 30%. So this will make up 100%. Is this clear?
It's clear.
Yes,
Doctor.
clear.
Okay, good. Did I miss anything important in the chat? My last year was kind of full useless knowledge. Why, Amru? Why you think so?
I'm a transfer student, so I was in engineering and I studied all of the core curriculum courses, and some of it was like really useless.
I'm sure that, Amru, I disagree with you. I respectfully disagree with you. I'm sure that you are going to use this knowledge in a way or another. Believe me, maybe you are not going to use it in your profession. Maybe you are going to use it with your family. Maybe you learned something that you discussed with your family or your friends. I'm sure it's not that it's only you need to utilize it in your work. Maybe there is something that you will tell your kids when you are going to have a kid. So I'm sure that it's going to be utilizable. Just wait.
Doctor,
I hope so.
doctor,
Yes.
can you say again about segment?
Excuse me.
ما فهمت عن الامتحانات ال 15% وهالاشياء. تقدرين تقولينها مرة ثانية لو سمحتي؟
Okay. You are going to have 3 assignments. These assignments are going to be one for me, one for Dr. Wissam, and one for Dr. Susanna. And then you will have an assignment that's called triple jump test. Triple jump, it's a triple because you have to do 3 things. You are going to write a project and you are going to present it and you will do it as a group. And that's why it's a triple. It is doing 3 things together. And then there is something called portfolio, where you are going to have a topic and you write a portfolio about it. Portfolio means a reflection, and you will learn how to do that. You are not going to do it from yourself. You are going to have 2 lectures to introduce you to portfolio writing. And then there is the midterm and the final.
Can you give an example of what kind
Okay,
of
thank you,
topics they can
doctor.
ask us to write for the portfolio?
Wallahi, this is not in my, it's not in the top of my mind now, Sarah, I'm sorry.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
I will try to see what was there last year because I don't correct these assignments and it's not in my section. You will have it in Dr. Susanna section. So it's not related at all to my section. I neither correct it nor teach it. So I don't know what are the questions really. But I will try, if I remember, to go through last year portfolio and let you know.
Thank you so much, doctor.
Okay? طيب. So do you have any question about the course description and the assessment policy?
Yes, doctor, I have a question.
Yes, Asad.
So my question is that we said that the portfolio will be in groups and you'll have you'll have the triple jump test will be in like groups and you'll have a presentation and all the rest of that. Are we able to choose our own groups or will someone else put us into groups?
Okay, now what I know is that the triple jump also is not in my section. I don't know how the distribution of the groups was last year, but for my assignment, or in one of the years, I gave a group assignment and I asked one of the class representative of the College of Medicine to do the groups for me. So I'm not sure what was done last year for the triple jump, but if you like to be in a particular group, you can ask the faculty member. We are usually flexible in that.
Thank you, doctor.
العفو. طيب. So I have a few advices for you, students, before we start the hard work. I would like to advise you, and especially you from the College of Medicine, because you always ask me about this question. Focus on your learning and not on your marks. It doesn't mean that I want you to be these students. I don't want you to be lazy students, but I don't want marks to be the only motivation for you to be in the classroom or to be in the lecture or to study. Of course, we study to get marks. We don't study because we want to gain knowledge only. But at the same time, you might be an excellent student, as I mentioned earlier in this course, because you enjoy these kind of what I say, social issues that are discussed in this course. But you are not excellent in you are not excellent in the biostat course because you are not very strong in statistics, and this is totally okay. So you might get in this course A, and you might get in the biostat course C. What's the problem? Why this is an issue for students? Why you want to be always a student in all the courses? Of course, I'm not advising you and encouraging you to be not to be a student in all the courses, but I'm just encouraging you to accept. Is C failing? Rada, you said C is failing? I don't think so. I'm not sure. D, yeah. And D, and not in all the courses. Yani, for example, for us in the pharmacy, D is not failing. Maybe in the medicine, it's different. Yeah. But I'm sure that you are not going to reach into this. I'm sure you are here in this class because you are top students. You used to be top students in high school or in your first year of university. So I'm sure that you are not in the level where you are going just to pass the course with the minimum grade. But what I wanted to tell you just that I'm not suggesting that you do your minimum. I'm just suggesting that maybe in some instances you are not going to get A's, straight A's. You might get B's or C's. But you need to focus in that you end a course while you know that you have really absorbed the material of the course, that you are ready to go to a patient with the knowledge that you have, that you don't feel guilty or you don't feel that you are not ready to go to the patient. This is what I mean. Because at the end, what matters is not your GPA. When you are going to deal with a patient, they are not going to ask you about your GPA. Right? They are going to see your skills in dealing with them, whether are clinical skills or communication skills. So don't turn your university life into hell. Enjoy it. And believe me, the university years are the best years that you can do in your life. I hope that let's leave the C and D issue now and focus in the discussion. It's okay, you are not going to get C or D. خلاص, forget about it. Let the examples be A and B. Okay, so just I want to tell you to enjoy your university years because these days are not going to come back. Trust me.
Yeah.
I tried the postgraduate, I tried master, I tried PhD, I tried employment life, whether in the hospital and in the university, and it is not.
اسمعي
في الو في مايك شغال
نورة السليطي.
دكتورة
نعم.
دكتورة حاب أشكرك على الكلام لأن مو بكل الدكاترة بيقولون نفس الكلام اللي قلتيه. كلامك وايد محفز ووايد حلو، شكرا.
فعلا.
العفو.
اتفق
العفو، بس المهم انكم تطبقوه. المهم انه ما يعني what I want to really see that you are as an adult learner, a mature learner. Marks are important for you, but they are not spoiling your academic life. Believe me, even for us as professors, it's not only important for us the marks that you are getting. It's important, but also your communication skills, your behavior, your attendance, your attitude is also important. And this is we are in academia. So how about when you are in the real life? What really means that you don't feel guilty about not attending classes and going to the patient with no knowledge. If you know that you have the knowledge, you have the skills, but you were a little bit unfortunate during the exam, or you could have done better or studied better, then it is okay.
إن شاء الله بنبيض الوجه دكتورة، يعطيك العافية.
Allah يعافيك. Now the second advice is that I know that all of us, or the majority of us, English is not our first language. And this is totally okay. We are proud that we are Arabs also, and we are proud of our language. And we are happy also that we have some colleagues with us who have the English as first language. This will help us a lot and help you a lot. So even if you are coming from governmental schools where you did not use English a lot, you are going to build this skill gradually through written and spoken English. And don't worry about it. It will come gradually. And don't make it as something stressful for you. We are not expecting you to be بلا بالإنجليش من أول أسبوع أو من أول شهر. Fine, we have a deal now.
Yes,
عندنا
doctor.
ديل
Do.
عندنا ديل. يعني من كلام الدكتوره خلاص رست نجحت لا اهم شيء عديها مو طيبه.
لا مو لهالدرجة، يعني مو رسبت نجحت. تبذل جهدك وتجتهد، ولما ما تفهم المحاضرة تروح عند الدكتور تحاول تفهمها وتقرأ زيادة، وبعدين إن شاء الله ما حنوصل الرسوب بإذن الله. وحتى لو حصل الرسوب، لو حصل مرة أو مرتين إيش فيها، عادي يعني. take it easy.
حياة تجارب.
ترى ما في أحد إلا بيرسب بشيء معين أو بتجربة معينة. ما في أحد never including myself who is sitting in front of you. وهذا الشيء هو اللي بيقوي الإنسان وبيعلمه أنه يطلع لفوق مرة ثانية. طيب. Now we will start with an introduction to the lecture today. Now you can open your handouts and you can open your handouts and take notes of what I'm going to say. Usually I don't say much than what is written, but in case I say, you can take notes. Yeah, I'm going to share it now. Just 1 second.
Doctor, I still don't have access to the Blackboard, so as a first-year student, they still didn't, for myself, they still didn't give me access to the Blackboard. I've been contacting IT, so for this class, I don't think I'll be able to see the handouts.
Okay, no problem. You can just follow the PowerPoint with me, and if you see that there is something written in the PowerPoint that I say if there is something I said beyond the PowerPoint, you can just take a note. I'm only going to go through I think 5 slides for today. I'm not going to do a lot because okay, good, thank you.
Doctor, are you going to upload this lecture on the Blackboard?
You mean the recording?
Yes.
Yes, I'm recording it and I will put it in the I'm recording, right? Let me check.
Yes, you are.
Check. I was recording.
Yes, doctor, you have started recording the lecture.
طيب كويس. خلاص I will put the recording in the Blackboard as well إن شاء الله after the lecture. طيب. So our first 2 lectures will be about learning theories, and by the end of this lecture, this is the learning outcome, and this is the slide that is usually ignored by students. They think that this slide is not important. For me as a faculty member, actually I use this slide when I'm going to prepare questions for the exam, because this is the most important things that the students should know. So I advise you to focus on this slide and consider it as important. And after you finish studying any lecture, at least my lectures, I don't know about others, if you want to know that you captured all the ideas that are in the lecture, just go through the Blackboard and make sure that you understand everything available in the Blackboard and in the learning outcomes, sorry. So we are going to define learning and learning theories. We are going to explain the significance of studying about learning theories. We will appreciate the difference between adult learning and child learning. We will discuss the characteristic of each learning theory, and we will identify scholars who originated and developed each theory. We will indicate the role of educator during the application, and finally, we will explain the significance of work-based learning. Of course, this appears for you as puzzles now. After we finish the lecture, you are going to fully understand everything, inshallah. So, what is learning? What are you doing now? Learning is the acquisition of knowledge, skills, and attitude to achieve changes in performance, behavior, and potential. So you are going to get through the learning knowledge, skills, and attitude. Why? To change your performance. So before entering the college, you were not able to perform as a doctor. But with learning, you can perform with a doctor. Your potential and what your achievement when you are high school graduate is different from your potential when you graduate. So this is what we mean. Now the question to you is, what is the difference between knowledge, skills, and attitude? By the way, students, during the lecture, I like it to be very interactive. To be honest, I feel tired, and I like to hear your voices so that I can drink water. And at the same time, I want to feel that you are with me. So having an interactive lecture is very important for me. Otherwise, I really die. And I even encourage you, if you can, open your cameras for next lectures. It's not mandatory, but it's recommended. Because imagine my situation when I'm looking at the screen. So at least I can see some faces and some face expressions, if you can. So now the question for you, what is the difference between knowledge, skills, and attitude? Based on your information, you don't need to give a good answer.
Miss, Zach, Miss, should we write it in the chat or just answer يعني بس شيء؟
لا جاوبوا بالكلام أحسن.
Can I try answer?
لازم أقعد أقرأه يعني فلما تجاوبوا بالكلام أحسن.
Okay. Miss, do you think أحسن شيء we raise our hand يعني it's a raise hand feature يعني في سؤال we raise our hand so يعني مو كل حد قاعد يتكلم في نفس الوقت يعني تقدرون تختارين واحد يقدر يتكلم because there is a raise hand feature هنا like do you think it is better if you ask a question for us to raise our hand using the feature on this so that we're not all talking at the same time and then there's like a big thing okay إن شاء الله. So Miss okay, in my opinion, knowledge. Awesome. Miss, go.
محمد النعمة أو نور.
سوري كنت قاعد أجرب.
طيب زينة.
ترى knowledge is the information that أنا زينة عم بجاوب على السؤال. Okay. Knowledge is the information we get from whatever we study. Skills is what we learn يعني مثل experiments or the skills we know مثلا for dentistry we learn how to create the teeth and do teeth using the soap. These are the skills we learn from dentistry. Attitude is how, for example, when you present something, a PowerPoint on something, your attitude changes by time when you get to know more how to present or your confidence, the attitude. This is attitude.
Okay, you got it mostly, Zaina, for knowledge and skills, but even for the presentation, it is a skill, and you learn it with time. So attitude is quite different. Can someone else tell me about attitude?
Attitude, maybe it's how we behave during studying or anything like this.
So it's a behavior for you, but it is going to change your behavior. So it's, as I said, learning is going to change your behavior. So attitude is something a little bit different. Salwa, what is attitude?
For me, I think attitude is a way of thinking, a way how someone and responds to stimuli around them. So the reaction.
Okay, so attitude is, yeah, I totally agree. And I'm sorry, I will not be able to take all your answers because it's already 3 and I want to finish at least the first few slides. But since you all answered my question, knowledge is the information and the facts that are kind of theoretical that you learn. The skills is something that is more practical. Like for example, you get a lecture that give you theoretically how to measure blood pressure and what is a good blood pressure and what is a bad blood pressure. But then you go to the lab and you learn how to measure the blood pressure. So this is a skill. And attitude is something that is more related to how you think or how you feel, or a belief that is inside you that is affecting your learning. So, for example, you have generally an angry attitude. So this is an attitude. You have a stereotyping attitude. You have a discrimination attitude. So these are attitudes. And even these can be changed with learning. So when you learn about how to deal with patients, usually you have an angry attitude or you are impatient usually. You are impatient in your character. So with learning, you are going to change this anger or this impatient to being more patient. Yes, it's more a characteristic. But this characteristic is related to how you feel or how to you think or a disposition or an idea inside your mind. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm very sorry, students. I would really like to listen to all of you and take examples from you, but the time is not helping. So what are learning theory? This is all we are defining learning. Learning theories are the frameworks. Now, scholars in the past, like let's say before 400 or 500 years, they said, okay, there is something called learning. People take knowledge and skills and attitude to change their performance. But how do they learn? So that they started to think about the learning process, how does it take place? And they started to create a framework to describe how they think the learning is taking place. Because different scholars, as we in our lectures, think about the learning process differently. Make it for teaching in this class as the learning process.
دكتورة عم يعلق
Now other
معلق الصوت.
في حدا تاني عم بيحس انه الصوت معلق؟
ايوه بور كنا
ايه الدكتور قاعد يعلق.
طيب خليني اغير النت لحظة.
قبل كان تمام.
I changed the Wi-Fi. Maybe it will be better now.
I guess now it's fine.
Yes, it's better now, doctor.
Right. Okay, so this is for learning theory. These are the conceptual frameworks that lead to acquisition of knowledge. So it's about describing the learning process through theories. Other learning theories are generally derived from educational psychology, since these theories are at the end explain how we learn and how we change our performance, our behavior, our attitude, then it is of course related to psychology. So they are derived from the psychology. Okay? Any one of you studied psychology in the high school? Okay. Do you like psychology, students?
Yeah, we
Yes.
like psychology.
It was interesting. كويس. طيب, good. So these theories are derived from there. So why are we studying learning theory? Why do you think it's important to study them? Is it just to make your life difficult?
I don't know. Maybe I have an answer. I'm not sure about it. Like you said that why do you
Yeah.
study theory? Like
Yes.
if I'm going to say if I'm a doctor and I put a theory about maybe a medicine that could cure people. It's just a theory, and when I show it to the whole world or some sections of the medicine government sections, something that could give us cure. The theory could work to get a cure for any disease that came out. So that's a theory, maybe.
Okay. Any other answer? Anyone has any opinion why we are studying learning theories in this course? Why do
Maybe
we need to know about learning theories?
maybe also because the theories are the basic things that the scientists were making their ideas on.
Doesn't it help you? Also, learning theory can help you throughout your courses, like for other courses, and it can change your attitude towards learning, and like it would give you a better, idea of how to maneuver around your study plan and how to study at home, and how it could change your attitude towards studying and make it more interesting. And different theories could help you memorize better or understand concepts better.
Yeah,
So
Miss, I
it's
feel like, oops, sorry, Miss. Miss, what I was
Yes.
gonna say is I feel that learning about learning theory itself will actually help you in the pursuit of يعني, trying to acquire new knowledge. You'll be able to understand the ways in which you can do it. And if you're a doctor, you're like a medical professional, in doing research and doing all these things where you're actually trying to acquire new knowledge, you'll be able to have like a good background and a good understanding of like how to do it and the ways in which it should be done and يعني, all this kind of stuff.
It will help you make better decisions as well.
Okay, I totally agree with all the answers. And I know that there are some raised hand, Hamad. I'm very sorry, but because I got the majority of the answers. So as some of you said that when you understand learning theories, then you will understand how the learning is taking place, and you will understand yourself. You will understand how you learn and what is the best way for you to learn. So this is very important. Also, when you understand how learning takes place, you are going to benchmark your learning process with how it should be. So, for example, for me as a teacher, if I know what is the learning theory, I benchmark and I compare my teaching way with the theories to make sure that I'm doing well. Okay. Also, it can be used according to the setting. So you will see that there are certain learning theories that are used in the lecture. Like for now, I am the one who is giving you the knowledge. I'm the one who is talking. I am the one who is providing you with things because I'm providing you with new knowledge. So the learning theory I'm using now is different from the learning theory that a lab technician is using when he is teaching you how to measure a blood pressure or how to make a new tablet of medication or a new suppository or how to help you to withdraw a blood, for example. It's completely going to be different, the learning theory. It's according to the context and to the setting. So with that, you understand why there are some teachers or some faculty member who teach you in this way and why there are certain teachers who teach you in another way. And you will start to describe your teachers after you finish this lecture. You will say that, for example, this doctor was more a behaviorist in his way. This doctor was more of a cognitivist in his way. So you will start to understand. It's not the differences between different teachers is not because this teacher is good or this teacher is bad, but maybe they are following different learning theories. And finally, and most importantly, as one of your colleagues mentioned, but he did not go into the exact point that I wanted him to say. He said that we are going to be doctors or pharmacists, and eventually you are going to conduct research. Plus, you are eventually going to be a teacher. Even if you are not in the academia, even if you say, I don't like to be a teacher and I don't want to work in university or in a school, but you are forced to be a teacher. How? Now, in your rotations, when you are in 4th year and in 5th year, what are you going to do? You are going to rotations. Who's going to teach you? Is it the university professor? No, it's the practitioner. It's a doctor who is in the practice who is going to teach you. So if this doctor is not a good teacher, what's going to happen? You are going to hate your life. Even if he is an excellent doctor, but he is not a good teacher, you are going to find it difficult to understand. So that's why it's very important to prepare you to be an educator from now, because you are going to be educators after only 4 or 5 years. Okay? Is this clear?
Clear.
And this is, to be honest, the essence of my PhD thesis. When I was doing my PhD, what happened is that my PhD was not about pharmacy. It was not about medications or prescriptions or anything like that. It was a pharmacy education. So I was doing an educational kind of research. What I did is I tested one of the learning theories that we are going to study in these lectures, called communities of practice. I studied these learning theories in the PharmD program that is available in the College of Pharmacy at Qatar University. And for people who are in the pharmacy, they know what is pharmacy program. So I started to test this theory in the PharmD program. And during my research, I conducted a lot of interviews and focus groups with the students, with faculty, and with the pharmacists who are in the practice side and who teach students. Because in the PharmD program, there are no courses. All the study is in the rotation, like what happened in the residency for doctors. So during these interviews, I realized that the most common problem that students faced, and even the practitioners faced, that they are not prepared to be as teachers. They are prepared to be as doctors, they are prepared to be pharmacists, but they are not prepared to be a teacher. And this was one of my most important findings and recommendation of my PhD thesis, that students should be introduced to some foundational aspects of education when they are in the university, especially when they are moving towards the end of the university and they are about to graduate. But even in the beginning, like now, it is good that you are learning so that you understand yourself and your professors. And that's why when I came to teach this course, I said that I want to introduce certain topics that prepare the students to be as educators in the future. Okay? Do you have any question about this point?
I have a question.
Yes.
So you mean by the learning theories is the way that we teach?
It's the way that we learn. And the way we learn affects the way that we teach.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Because learning and teaching are always connected with each other. We cannot separate between them. Yes, Badriya?
الحين هاي نبذة عن اللي بناخذه ولا الحين احنا قاعد ندرس هالشيء؟
لا، هلا نحن عم ناخذ المحاضرة. هذا جزء من المحاضرة. عم ناخذه، هذا جزء من المحاضرة.
يعني we need to memorize them?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We need to memorize what?
You need to, not memorize. I don't like the word memorize, but you need to know whatever I am covering now or I'm talking about. You are responsible for this content.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Question mark raised a hand.
Yes. Do we need to get the book or do we rely on your slides?
Yes, I was waiting for this question. Actually, usually students ask this question when I am talking about the references in the first, in the introduction. So I was wondering, no one asked this question. The book, my content, my section is not available in the book. All the 4 weeks that I'm going to teach you. Maybe it's available for other doctors, but generally my advice for you doctors and pharmacists is that it's an opportunity for you to get the books at the discounted place, and by the end of your degree you will graduate with a very nice library at your home. So whenever you have an opportunity to buy a book from the university, buy it. You don't know when you need it, especially that this is the only course that you will talk about education. So it's nice to have one of your books in the library as education. For me, I'm not going to buy the book, and my content is not in the book, but it's always good that you have a library that covers all the topics that you studied, because when you need any information after 10 years, you will not go to the handouts to search for this information. You will go to the books. Okay.
Thank you.
So adult learning theories are called andragogy, and andragogy is a Greek word because the first one who thought about these theories is a Greek person. Yes.
We have a class after this. Can you...
دكتورة عندي ملاحظة إن ترى عقب ربع ساعة عندنا كلاس إنجليزي، اللي بيطلع الحين ولا عندك كلام تبي تقولينه؟
فعلا اللي فعلا عنده كلاس ومضطر يطلع، أنا بس هخلص السلايد هذه والسلايد اللي بعدها، أو يمكن بس أخلص هاي. فاللي عنده مضطر إنه يطلع. اللي بيقدر يقعد معي 5 minutes I will not exceed 5 minutes. بس الصلاة أولوية طبعا عشان تقدروا تدخلوا على الكلاس وتكونوا مصلين.
صحيح.
Attendance, try to go into the blackboard again and see if it is working. This is what I can tell you. I'm not going to waste time on this, especially that you are in rush and you are in a hurry. So I cannot do both things together. This is the check-in. It's 1913. It's open and it's working for me. So it should work. Oh, sorry, this is not your course.
It's still not working.
Okay, because this is the other section.
هي الصفحة تفتح بس إنه ما في مكان إنك تكتب الكود.
Okay, I will figure that out. Khalifa, you wanted something? Okay, this is the code. It's 3137. Now I entered just now 3137.
Doctor, it's appeared for me as absent.
Doctor, I was marked absent.
Absent.
طيب خلاص, it gives me another code. I don't know what's going with the blackboard. 7896. Please type it in the chat. 7896. Students who are marked as absent, send me your email.
Doctor.
Everyone
Yes.
I think was marked as absent.
I can't do the
They marked me an absent as well.
طيب خلاص students,
They marked everyone.
please if you have any class representative, send me a list of names of students who attended today honestly, and I'm going to trust this person, and I know that you are responsible to be trusted. And I will make you available.
It appears me two notations. One is absent and another is attended.
Yeah.
Same goes for me.
Yes,
طيب,
doctor.
I will cancel the first one. If I see that someone was absent and he is available, then it means that he is available. I will cancel the first one.
Second one, cancel the second. Yeah, okay.
So
Cancel
now
that.
the check-in code.
Doctor, what was the code?
Banat, I don't want to waste a lecture talking about the code, and please mute yourself اللي ما هم muted. But if you can enter the PIN, enter 7896. If you cannot, send me your name and tell me that you were available.
Doctor, I entered the PIN, but I was marked as absent and attendant at the same
I
time.
said that people who were marked as absent and available, I will remove the absent.
Thank you, doctor.
دكتورة
أيوة مريم.
أنا المشكلة ما أقدر أسجل حضور، ما قاعد يطلع لي.
طيب خلص ابعتي لي إيميل لحالك بعد المحاضرة.
أوكي.
طيب now the term andragogy is a Greek term and it means adult learning theory, and it is different from the term pedagogy, which is child learning theory. Andra means man and Bida means a child, and that's why the two terms are different. Adults are differently motivated and experienced and oriented to learn. However, there are some similarities in the learning process between children and between adults, and that's why life learning is a continuum. Okay, I will stop here. For the other two sections, I was able to give them the following slide. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that. Next time, student, and please put that in the group that you have, that we are going to take attendance only in the 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes, and I will allow admitting the meeting only in the first 10 minutes. After that, I will not distract myself by allowing admission, okay? Because it takes from my time and from my concentration. So you need to be available in the beginning. Now we are all attending from home, so there is no reason to be late. There is no traffic or there is no any reason. So please try to be on time, because also I want to finish on time.
سؤال
Yes.
على السلايد اللي اسف
اوكي
على السلايد اللي قبله تقريبا في البيدا في بين القوسين كان مكتوب paid، هاي صح ولا لا؟
ايوه paid، هي paid لانه يعني باليوناني او بالجريك they change the writing according if it is like a noun or if it is verb like we have in English, but we don't know these tricks.
اوكي تسلم.
الله يسلمك. Okay students, it was very nice teaching you and being introduced to you. I know that we wasted this lecture, but this is very much expected in the first lecture. I wish you a very nice day, and I'm expecting you to do the deals that we agreed upon, and have a nice rest of the day.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I define learning theories as the method that we acquire knowledge? Like the different methods that we use to acquire knowledge?
ما فهمت عليك.
يعني ممكن a definition لل learning theories يكون different ways and methods that we can use to acquire knowledge.
أيوة, you can use your terms. المهم إنك أنت تكون فاهم الفكرة و you use your terms.
تمام. Thank you.
This is general for anything else in my course. Whatever it's important that you express yourself and you understand the concept. أصلاً generally my questions in the exam are generally multiple choice questions. And we don't know yet if we are going to have open book or closed book, of course. So I don't know if I will continue with multiple choice or not. I don't have any information. But in general, you don't have to memorize word by word.
تمام. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. very much.
Thank you all. Have a very nice day.
Doctor?
Yes?
The recording, when will put it in the blackboard?
إن شاء الله بحطه في أقرب فرصة إن شاء الله. يعني اليوم الحين أو المغرب إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله. يعطيك العافية
ماشي.
دكتور.
الله يعافيك.
دكتورة؟
Yes.
دخلت البلاك بورد وحطيت إن الكود بس طالع لي إن أنا absent.
طيب طلع لك مرة absent ومرة available؟
لا، حاط لي إن أنا absent. إنه حاط لي إنه absent و available، بس إنه
أنا اللي حشوف absent و available حأفهم إنه هذا كان خطأ وراح أشيل الabsent. وعلى كل حال خلي الكلاس ريبريزنتيف تبعكم يبعتوا يكتبوا في ورقة a list of students who attended today and I will make all of you available إن شاء الله. Don't worry.
تمام thank you.
بدرية. اوكي يلا باي باي مع السلامة.